All right, looks like we are live. Let me look. Yep, we are good. All right. Well, with that, happy Monday. It is an exciting Monday, specifically because we are 64 countries deep right now. Isn't that exciting? Now, we're currently in maybe Argentina? So let's see. Is this car going to have an Argentine plate? Because I think it won't. No, that's not an Argentine plate. Cool, forget I said anything. That is not a plate I recognize immediately. Could it be Uruguay? I feel this could be Uruguay. It's like Argentina, but doesn't have Argentinian plates. It's the big difference there. That's my guess right now. If we were on like 0 or 1, I would send Uruguay right now. But we can't do that. We're at 64. I think, honestly, depending on the spawns we get today, this could be a Spanish. I heart something Spanish. Given the terrain, I think this is Uruguay. I'm actually very confident in that now. Because taking into account plates, scenery, Spanish, there's nowhere else this could really be. It's too flat to be anywhere else. I mean, that alone, too flat to be anywhere else other than Uruguay and Argentina. These aren't Argentinian plates. Logic, therefore, says this is Uruguay. Oops. We just need conclusive proof. Or close to conclusive. Prepare for takeoff saying hey there. Hello there, prepare for takeoff. Welcome into the chat. How do you feel about this place? Do you get the same Uruguay vibe that I am right now? It's speaking to me. It's saying this is Uruguay. Click on Uruguay. But there's not enough proof. And I don't think we'll really find any. There's just nothing. Unless we randomly come into a town up here, we're not going to get much evidence. But I'm determined to get back to a 3-figure streak. So we'll power through. Prepare for takeoff saying it seems plausible. Okay. Cool. Glad you're not against it. Here we go. We have some billboards that will be in Spanish. These aren't even billboards. These are just traffic signs that will be in Spanish. Yep. Spanish. Oh! That's helpful. 500 meters. No, never mind. That's not helpful. There's not gonna be anything for a while. Come on. No, that's gonna be in Spanish. It's all gonna be in Spanish. Lowland Swamp. It's totally Uruguay. I know it's Uruguay. It's just not 100% certain yet. It's so frustrating. We just keep on going. What was that? Or was that just a reflection? No, that was a reflection. I thought I saw a little sign in the ground. Still nothing. Alright, let's start zooming. see where we end up. Hopefully, somewhere with evidence. And are we actually moving, or are we just jumping? There we go. Just zooming through, and now we're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. Keep on keeping on, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. Moving again. Oh, here we go. This is something. I know trucks move, but I mean, yeah. Juan Vero. Tricolor. Tricolor sounds more Argentinian, but trucks move, and that truck didn't have plates that I recognize, and there's no point in even looking at that one. So we keep on going. Okay, what is up here? Got a barn? Maybe? Just really isn't anything. It's such a small country where everyone lives in one spot. Like, I remember there being a video going into, was it the World Cup? When was the last one? Yeah, it would have been the World Cup. There was a video that the Uruguayan national team made where they like zoomed in on each player's hometown and had them stand with their jersey, and it was like not many people who were from Montevideo. Yeah, there we go. The double negative. Wait. Yeah, you know what? I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, even if it's all jumbled. W Diggs in the chat saying, yo, we're so back. We are indeed so back, W Dig. I believe we were back in Uruguay, to be specific. But we've yet to find any conclusive evidence. W Dig asking, how was the trip? It was exhausting. It was truly exhausting. It was so far away. It's like 14 and a half hours from San Francisco. And then I was up for the entire day. Or no, even more than that. It was like, I was up from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. Once I got there, I was up for a full 24 hours after landing. And I woke up on the plane at like what it would have been 2 a.m. Manila time. So just... W Dig asking, was that the biggest time difference you've experienced? Yeah, very much so. That was kind of crazy. I mean, it's hard to get a bigger time difference, I guess. Well, so you go to Kiribati. That's kind of, or no, is that even? I'm trying to think. Would that mess you up more? Because I feel like 12 hours behind, because it was 12 hours behind. And I feel like that's kind of the worst you can get, because once you start going in the other direction, exactly. W Dick's saying IDK about Kiribati because it's technically tomorrow, but not that far back. Exactly. Like, it's the wrong day, but it's still kind of closer to where today is. Like, this is the absolute furthest you can get away from Eastern time. So that's what really... This is a Uruguayan highway sign right here. Yeah, see? This is the logo they use for these. I'm entirely confident this is Uruguay now. Any objections to that? Yep, here we go. Here's Road 14. I mean, we're somewhere along here. Any objections to that? Pretty much got it. Yep, W. Dig saying send Uruguay. Let's do it. Awesome. Love it. But yeah, so that was pretty bad time zone wise. I was all over the place. But I seem to be fine having gotten back. I landed yesterday at like 5. Was able to get to sleep for 9. And okay, .cz. This is the Czech Republic. Any objections to that? Ooh, energy saver turned on. Oh, did I not plug in the computer? I meant to. Where's the thing? It's under the desk. Of course it is. Oh, that was literally on my checklist of things to do before starting the stream. Was plug in computer. There goes the desk fan. There goes the... Awesome. All right. Let's just do Czech Republic. Woo! Almost Poland. And then move on. And then we'll look at that for 2 seconds. Make some observations while I plug this in. 1,000 cables. Come on. And... plugged in. Cool. So, red dirt. Is this going to be in Portuguese? Man. Why? Why does it have to be in English? So we're probably in Africa. Lion Cavern. I would say probably Africa. Yeah, WDig saying Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, not Australia. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. But we are, in fact, in Africa. Whoa! That looks cool. I'd love if we could actually go up and look at it. That's awesome. Okay. I feel like we shouldn't go too far from there, because that's probably going to give us our best chance at finding something obvious. But I'm just curious about what's over here. Oh, WD saying Swazi spotted on that white sign. Hold up then. Did not see that. Oh, yeah. Good eye. I looked at this part here and was like, no country on here. Good catch, WDig. Eswatini. That's really cool. I kind of want to add that to the cool places list. I want to Google that, though. Mine. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly, WDig. That huge gorge. This looks cool. This is on the bucket list if I ever go to Eswatini. Who knows if that'll happen. Okay. Mountains are throwing me off because I was going to say Finland. This is probably Scandinavian. But we need to find a sign to prove that. So, let's move. I'm feeling Sweden here, because it doesn't feel entirely Norwegian. It feels like a mix between Norway and Finland. So in my head, that's the country in between them. That's just like the rational line of thought there. Keep on moving. W Dick saying I'm getting Norway but could be Sweden. Okay. I totally see Norway too. But I'm just very Sweden here. It's giving me a little too much Finland for me to confidently agree with Norway. Let's see with the nice little river. It's very colorful. Like it's not a lot of colors, but the colors that are here are very vibrant, despite it being a very cloudy day. It's an interesting contrast, which is part of why I don't think it's Norway, because we never see this in Norway. But I feel like I've seen this in Scotland, which is closer to Norway. Alright, we're going to zoom. Try to find something other than trees. Just a sign. We need one sign to find a language. And back and forth. And now we're moving along. Oh, here we go. What? Yeah, WD saying Canada. That's what I'm thinking too. But what if this is the United States? Like, off chance. Oh, that is... Wow. Alright, I've just pressed the return to start button, which is hidden behind the view of me, with the idea of turning around and going this way, because the coverage ended once we hit that private property. So, with that twist, we head off in the other direction. Wait, was this the direction we went? Yeah, no, because the river's on that side. So we should be going in this direction. Wow, that was unexpected. So maybe if we go this way, so all we need at this point is a speed limit sign. Which, come on. This is really frustrating. It's never been this bad at it before. Doing the kind of jumping around. Come on. Stop being weird. And at what point is this just not faster? Yeah, good point. WD could be Alaska too. I was kind of thinking Montana. Okay, this just isn't faster. Yeah, I would agree, WD. I had the same thought about that. Just calling it North American makes it sound not like the US. That did cross my mind. But it could be a Canadian company in the Ooh. Trucks must chain up. Not helpful. It could be Canada or the US. Like, I'm definitely leaning toward Canada, but we can't say it for certain just yet. So keep on going through the forest. Turn sign. What's this going to say? Is it trucks must chain up? Probably. You'd think there'd be a speed limit sign at some point. Like, what's that? Keep right hill. This is a tough one. It's just there's sometimes where figuring out if it's Canada or the US is too, like, without any telltale stuff, it's just borderline impossible. I'm trying to think of other ones that are like that. Maybe like not even Benelux, because you can kind of in Wallonia, I mean, we get that confused with France every now and then, but it's not like a, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. That one's an easy one to figure out because there's the plates. The plates are different, and it's Belgium's not a rural enough country that you're not going to see plates at some point. The US and Canada are both just massive places with unending wilderness, and this isn't going to have a speed limit on it. But is it going to use British English maybe? No. Yay. You know what's wild? I started this stream by saying, oh, if we move fast, we can get to 3 figures today. It's 20 minutes in, so it's a sixth of the way in, and we've done like 3. Maybe we're just getting all the hard ones right now. And then it's just going to be, we're going to spawn into places, and it's going to be like, welcome to South Africa. Or maybe not that easy because we still want to use our brains, but you get it. Not just like not a road trip through North America. Ones where we like have different pieces of evidence. We're trying to piece it together, and it's like a fun puzzle, but not too hard that we get stuck on it forever. This is just. Why is there not a speed limit sign? It's all we need. All we need is a speed limit sign. Or someone to drive by with a flag. I don't even care that cars move at this point with this one. If a car, not a truck, if a car drives by and there's a flag hanging off it, I'm going with what's on that flag. I don't care if that flag says Mexico at this point. Yeah, W. Dick's saying this is major wilderness. This is indeed major wilderness. Oh. That was kilometers. Haha. It's Canada. Any objection to Canada? Amazing. Love it. North American kilometers looks like this. Boom. Exactly. Right on cue, W. Dick. This is... Wow. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Oh, man. That is up there. Is that the Yukon or the Northwest Territories? I don't know where the line is. Is that the line? Either way. That is crazy. Christopher Like saying, I almost forgot about the stream tonight, but I am here. Welcome in. We are glad to have you. Glad you did not forget. I'm kind of feeling Estonia here, but I don't think it is. I think this might just be Finland. This telephone pole isn't the normal Estonian telephone pole, and I hate that I've figured that out. What does this say? Wait. Hold up. Yep, W. Dick saying getting Baltic vibes. Is that the O? Is that the O that's specific to Estonia right there? Or does Finnish have that? Yeah, W. Dick's asking, is that the Estonian O? It might be. It might be the Estonian O. Let's do a little bit of movement. Oh, WD saying or Hungary. Okay. See, it didn't look super wide. Like the thing above the O didn't look that wide. Yeah. So WD saying the double umlaut. Oh, that's like 2 dots above it, right? Because that's what I think I saw. Ooh, hold on. Town name. No, we're in Estonia. We are, in fact, in Estonia. I started this and said, this looks like Estonia, but I don't think it is. Absolute genius moment. Any objections? Big brain. All right, let's do it. Nice. Sweden. I hate that it's at the, well, being at the point where like I can load in and just say, oh, this is Estonia, or this looks like Estonia, is wild. Yeah, WD saying Scandi vibes. Look for the ribbon flag. Let's look for it. The 3 pieces of string. This is almost surely Sweden, and then this is going to be a Finnish sign right here, isn't it? I think that's Swedish. This is Swedish is the of the Scandinavian languages. It's the one I'm worst at. Okay, WD saying looks very Finnish. Okay, signs ending with the TE. I mean, these are Finnish signs here. Like the style. Okay, WD saying confident Finland. I'm happy to go for it if you are confident. Yep, that's not Swedish. Finland. Going once. Going twice. 3 times. Christopher likes saying Finland as well. Awesome. Alright, 70. 30 to go. This is like Bulgaria, North Macedonia. Kara. Can't read that one. Yeah, whatever. No, not helpful. Oh, it's Kyrgyzstan. These are Kyrgyz plates. Exactly, WD. Cyrillic master translator. Man who knows about 2/3 of the alphabet. But yeah, these are Kyrgyz plates. We are in Kyrgyzstan. Any objections to that? Let's... Going once. Going twice. 3 times. And Kyrg. Yeah. Yep, in Bishkek. Wasn't too far from here. Like, it traveled this road right here. Not far at all. That's always a fun one. Okay. See, now we're getting the... It's like we're using our brains. It's not too easy. But we're also not endlessly driving around in North America. Christopher likes saying, funny how a trip out there changes your level of knowledge. I know, these are Italian plates. This is Italian. Yep, that's Italian. Are these San Marinian signs? These might be San Marinian signs. Yeah, see the blue? Yeah, WD saying watch for San Marino. What's it? Yeah. No, the Kyrgyzstan one, though, at least, like, the plates, I knew that. And, in fact, that was one thing I was excited about with going to Kyrgyzstan, was I really wanted to see the plates, and I was so disappointed that they changed them. But there were a few people who still had the old ones. W Dig asking, do they have cities like that though? I don't know. But I mean, these, I think this is a center square up here. No, it's a square. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't. Mountain of something. Of something. Okay, W Dig saying Siena, Italy. Happy to go with it. Just want to be sure. Oh wait, I mean, they literally have Italian plates. Does San Marino have the same plate? And hold up. Yeah, Venice 8 miles. Sorry, Venice 8 kilometers. I feel like that's not gonna be San Marino. Not seeing Siena, but I mean, Venice 8 kilometers is kind of. Venice is not 8 kilometers from San Marino. Airport, Parcheggi. I think we're fine. Let's do Italy. Drew has joined. Drew saying it's 8 kilometers from Minsk. Very, very good observation, Drew. Thank you for that. Drew actually did something really, really smart while I was in the Philippines. Also, Hebrew, Arabic, English. This is Israel. Does anyone object to this being Israel? So Drew did this really smart thing where he calls me at like 7 a.m. one day. And I'm like, yeah, W Dig saying send Israel. Yeah, Drew saying time zones are fake. So he calls me at 7 a.m. I'm asleep. I've just gone to sleep like an hour prior. And he's like, hey. Like, he FaceTimes me. I answer it. And he's like, hey. And I'm like, it's just a dark screen for me. Dark screen. And I'm like, hey. I'm in the Philippines. W Dig saying Swiss. I can get behind Swiss here. We got low cam, German. Let's head down the hill. I'm like, hey, as you know, I am in the Philippines and going to sleep. Drew saying you say that like I'm the ridiculous one for you going to bed at 6 a.m. And he goes, oh, my bad. Talk another time. I'm like, cool. So guess what he does? He calls the exact same time the next day. Exact same time. Okay, W Dig saying Appenzeller is Swiss. And, I mean, mountains line up. I'm down to go for that. Any objections? Exact same time next day. Yeah, .ch. Drew saying I should have done it a third time. Third time I would have been on a plane. So you couldn't have gotten me a third time. He calls me the next day. Same exact time. Thinking I'm back in the U.S. Literally thinking I'm back in the U.S. And I was so mad. I was like, how is that possible? He literally thought I was on the East Coast and back in Eastern time. And I was like, there's not enough time since we last spoke for me to be back in the U.S. Like, I would have had to have been on a plane that moment. And I'd been asleep for about 3 hours at that point, and I couldn't go back to sleep after he called me. So, thanks to Drew, I only slept 3 hours that night. So, thank you, Drew. Can we get a thank you, Drew, in the chat? Yeah. W Dig saying just FaceTime every day until he's back. I would have blocked him. I would have blocked him so fast. Drew saying I wanted to show you a kitten. He'd already shown me the kitten, by the way, days earlier. That was I was so mad. This says stop in English, so we're either in an English-speaking country or the European Union, which doesn't narrow it down at all. Drew saying you to watch me bottle feed a kitten. Yep, I gave up all that sleep to watch Drew bottle feed a kitten. And I was still in sleep debt until this morning from that. So I slept most of the flight from Manila to San Francisco, like a ridiculous amount of that flight. To the extent that I thought I wouldn't fall asleep last night. And then I get home, get into bed, pass out at 9, and I'm like, I'll wake up at, this might be the UK or Ireland. It looked too, like, humid up the hill, but now it kind of looks like it. Maybe New Zealand. But, yeah, go to sleep at 9 last night. I'm like, this is going to be great. I'll end up waking up at, between 4 and 6 a.m. and farm safety. 4 and 6 a.m. I'll go on a bike ride in Central Park. It'll be so nice. Watch the sun come up. Boom, 8 a.m. alarm. Slept 11 hours. And I fully blame that on Drew costing me a full night's sleep a couple days ago. That is just an evil man at work. Drew saying I was fixing your sleep schedule one day ahead of time. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. That is so nice of you. Drew saying you gotta admit, cute cat. Yes, it was a cute cat. Did not want to see it in that moment. What is that? Come on the banner. No idea. It's not a soccer team I recognize. I think this is Ireland and that's a rugby flag. Maybe. But emphasis on maybe. I feel like Kiwis, come on the banner just sounds so UK, Ireland. I think that's a EU plate. That's the best vantage of what we're going to get of it. Yeah, W Dig saying it feels Irish. I agree. Like, Kiwis just don't talk like that. I think these are British cars. That looks like a white front plate and a yellow back plate. Drew, I'm not reading that. Alright. Let's keep going. I'm now thinking this is the UK. Fork in the road. Let's go to the more paved side. Yeah, W Dig. This dude's like, it's the Google car, but he realized too late. Oh, same flag again. Up the banner. So it's a local team. The thing is, I've never seen this before. Drew saying he was holding back on that comment. W Dig saying credit for holding it back. That's just like the littlest bit of, what's the word? I don't know. I don't know, self-control. That's it. See if one of these was backed in. Oh no, they're both backed in. If one of these was parked the other way, we would know. We'd see a British plate. If this is in fact the UK, which I think it is. Let's get up here. Oatfield Church. Oatfield doesn't sound massively Irish. Oh, but Christopher Lake is saying County Clare, Ireland. Okay. What makes you say that, Christopher Lake? Oh, hold up. What's this flag? And it's the same colors. It looks like someone's torn down the pride flag. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. That's pleasant. What's going on here? Still nothing helpful. Menuet has joined the chat. Welcome in, Menuet. We're thinking we're in the UK or Ireland right now. And there we go. Clare County Council, just as Christopher Lake said. Any objections to Ireland? So this is what it's called, Oatfield. Oatfield. W Dig saying, yep, Ireland. Let's do it. So I'm curious. Limerick sports team. I don't know, images. That looks like who we saw. Right? They're called the Super Blues rather than the... Yeah, okay. Whatever. I was just curious if that was something. This is the Netherlands. That's a Dutch plate. It just screams the Netherlands. Yeah, Dutch plates. That's Dutch. Christopher likes saying Google up the banner. That's a good idea. The banner. Sports team. Ireland. Here we go. Banner is located on the... I mean, this is definitely the... It's a lot smaller than I expected, given that everyone had the flag of it. It's a well-supported little team. Yes. This is what happens when you Google the stadium. Alright, well, that's interesting. But Netherlands, right? Dutch plates. That one literally says it's a Dutch plate. That's Dutch. This is all Dutch. .nl Dutch. Let's do it. Yep, W Dig saying good with it. Netherlands, love it. Awesome. Menuet saying ended up staying in the industrial part of Limerick once. We were not happy. I didn't know there was an industrial part of Limerick. How like was it really that how? What was it like? Wait, okay, right-hand drive. This might actually be not that hard. Right-hand drive, no follow car. I think this is Senegal. But let's look for language. If we see French, it's done. It's too arid to be Ghana. We're driving on the correct side of the road. I'm just coming out and making the statement that the left side is the wrong side, I guess. And that's, I mean, Africa, right-hand side of the road, has coverage. It's Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal. There's no follow car. Too arid to be Ghana. Has to be Senegal. Yeah, liquid inflammable. I know when I was there, everyone around Dakar had plates that started with DK. So JM is probably the nearest city to where this truck is based. I'm very confident that this is Senegal. So let's just find French that is stuck in place and not on a truck. And then I think we're good. Yep, here should be some French. No, why is that in English? Why is the Bible school in English? What's this up here? Come on. Just a little bit closer. Licensed chemical sailor. Awesome. Is it Ghana then? Minuet saying couldn't go anywhere, no restaurants near our hotel, very noisy, definitely not quaint. Yeah, that sounds like it sucks. How long was it? Just like one night, or you get stuck there for a few days? I imagine that's gotta suck. Oh man. So okay, I guess we could be in this part of Ghana here. It's the only thing that makes sense now. I'm kind of... It's the only possible option. This is stressful. See, but this is a fun. This is much better than aimlessly roaming around the Canadian wilderness trying to find a sign that says kilometers or miles. I think we do Ghana. Does anyone think hold off, keep looking? Minuet saying yes, one night on our way up north. Gotcha. At least it's not too bad then. It's just one night that you're taking the L. You can just recover it the next day by having a really good day. That's how you gotta approach it. Oh no, Christopher likes saying don't risk it, but it doesn't make sense for it to be anything else. In God we trust motors. Here's a bus. We're gonna go into the wilderness now. Oh, I want to risk it. Minuet saying other than that our trip in Ireland was wonderful. See, there we go. The rest of the trip makes up for it. You have one bad night and then you just have a better night the next day. That's crazy advice. W Dig saying any intel from the bus. Let's go back and look. I don't think we'll get any. No. Nah. Not helpful. It has to be Ghana. Can you all hear the siren? It's yes, it's a staple of the stream now. I can't remember the last time we didn't have a siren at some point on the stream. Gotta love New York. And that one, that's a dog. Oh, there's a dog barking there. Alright, we are out into the wilderness now. I'm making a poll. Start a poll. Ghana. Keep looking. I only added a question mark on keep looking. I don't know why. But, oh no. Okay. I thought, no! I thought someone voted for keep looking, and then I realized they didn't, and I was excited, and then someone voted for keep looking. It's an empty road. I don't want to keep going down the empty road. I promise it's gonna. No, a second person voted for keep looking. No. Vote for Ghana. I promise it's Ghana. I'm pressing the go back to start button and just going the other direction. Because that road was going nowhere. See, they're driving on the right side. And what else do we have? People hanging out. Nothing on here that's helpful. Another vote for keep looking. You're killing me. It's gonna. Someone have a flag. Come on. Christopher likes saying maybe one day you'll run into the New York YouTuber Zero Enigma. Who's Zero Enigma? English. I don't know what that is. Just keep on moving. What's there? Union away. Oh, Menuet saying you may be right, but you only have a 50-50 track record with your I'm sure it's this guesses. That's fair. I've been on point today. I've been killing it. There was Uruguay at the beginning, which I thought was Argentina at first, and then 10 seconds in I said it was Uruguay, and it was. Estonia, we spawned in, and I said this looks like Estonia, but I don't think it is. And then it was Estonia. Oh, Chris. Okay, that's who I thought it was. It's the guy who rides his bike all over Manhattan yelling insults at people, breaking the rules of the streets. Bro's a hero. He's making the bicycle lane a little bit safer. One day at a time. There's one. Hold on. I have to pull this up now. This is annoying to me. There's this one. Where is it? Which street is it on? It's 7th Avenue and where? I have to bring this up because it's so annoying. Is it here? No, because the bike lane goes that way. It's not there. I've ridden my bike through here. It's here. I can see it. Yeah. So the bike lane comes up through here. And then I like riding around at night sometimes. Sometimes if it's a Friday or Saturday night and I have nothing to do, I'll go out on the bike for several hours. Just ride around Manhattan. You come through this part of the bike lane right here. Everybody who's been out drinking is trying to get into this truck. They're trying to order. And they're all just standing in the bike lane. And it's just like, why is it? It's just so annoying. It's like, yeah, you're not in the bike lane, but you might as well be. W Dick saying you're brave for biking out there. Honestly, it feels... Oh, which way were we heading? It was this way. But no, it feels totally safe, honestly. It's just annoying when people are stupid. But people are always going to be stupid. Minuet saying, I like the stuttering skater who runs red lights all the time. I feel like that's not safe. There's like the... You're in the bike lane, get out of the bike lane, but I'm running the red lights. That's how something bad happens to you. WDig saying this feels like Ghana. Someone's on my side. Yeah, Christopher likes saying biking's the best way to get around Manhattan. Beats the cars. I totally agree. Only issue is parking the bike once you get somewhere. It's like, oh, okay. WDig saying Burkina Faso, formerly known as Upper Volta. I did not know that. So, if that's Upper Volta, then Volta is below Burkina Faso. What's below Burkina Faso? It's the Northern Electricity Department. The north is arid, like the street we're on right now. I think this is Ghana. Yeah, seeing if any of these are towns that we can see here, but they're not. Can you find Wale Wale? Oh yeah, there's Wale Wale Station. Don't wait. There it is. We got it. It's Ghana. Any objections to Ghana? Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Love it. Love it. But Minuet saying he does it mostly safely. Okay, I understand the mostly safety. The mostly safely part. Get behind that. Okay. This says gas at the end here. I don't know what this part says. Technica. That's a P. That's Dipia Sporta. Oh. Okay. I don't think that's actually going to give us anything. But you now just got a taste of what it was like to be on a bus with me in the former Soviet Union sounding out words. Okay, so we're on this lake. Look at this car. I think that's just a Russian plate. This might not be a lake, given there's a tanker out on it. What are the odds? Yeah, maybe like... I don't know, what's the major port? Is Rostov a major port? WDig asking, is that thing in the back painted in a Russian flag? What thing? Where you were pointing right before? Oh, the sign? Not particularly. Go straight down the coast, water on the left side. Oh, I see it. Yeah. I don't think that's a coincidence. Okay, to be fair, this one's the upside down Ukrainian flag. But yeah, I don't think that's a coincidence. I think this is probably Russia. So what else is going on here? Nothing exciting. This says cafe bar or coffee bar. Yeah. Look at me out here translating Russian. We get the penguins of Madagascar, so clearly not Russia. We're in Madagascar. Christopher likes saying Russian-style shacks. Cafe Mara. I'm happy to go with Russia. It's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, we have Cyrillic and this sort of open area. This is most likely the Black Sea. There's no other country that uses Cyrillic that would have this here. You know, maybe we're in Vladivostok, but that's still Russia. There's not going to be tankers in the Caspian Sea. This has to be the Black Sea or Vladivostok. W. Dixon, Crimea vibes. Is there coverage in Crimea? Like, genuine question. Here, let's find out. Let's do, so Russia. Yep. Look at that. We're in Vladivostok. All right, that's kind of funny. It's the exact city. Let's look. Not really. I guess we get a bit of, is this Trekker or? Wow, this is nice. Okay. That's really nice. There's like Gorbachev's dacha up here, where they went and got him during the coup. Brazil. Yeah, right-hand drive. This is probably Brazil. Oh, wait, we've got to end the Ghana poll. And are we going to see a Mercosur plate? Come on. I can't tell. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's a Mercosur plate right there. Norche? So that's... Problem is they just... It's so similar to Spanish. So let's see which state is called MS. There we go. MS. Mato Grosso do Sul. I need to be... I gotta work on the Brazilian accent there, but I'm pretty confident that MS is this state here. Okay, the logo doesn't match up, but I kind of want to ignore that. Alright. We'll just keep going, I guess. That is a Mercosur plate, though. So... It's kind of like... Where else would this be? Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, either way, Sul is Portuguese, not Spanish. I, for the longest time, thought Sul was Spanish, and I would use it, and then it was only until like 2 years ago that someone was like, no, sir, it's Spanish. And I even threw myself off there for a second when I said Mercosur, because it means Southern Market. And I was like, wait, sir, and so, yeah. But, anyone object to Brazil? Pretty sure we are good. Here we go, yeah. Yeah, Dr. João Maria. That's so Portuguese. Yep, W. Sing Sem, Brazil. We are, in fact, in the state that I figured we were. European plates. Albania. Got mosques. Nah, actually, those plates weren't Albanian. So where could we be? Wait, Turkey uses the same style plate, doesn't it? I should know that. Was literally in Turkey like a month and a half ago. How do we get over there without doing this entire mountain road? Here we go. Also, if this were Turkey, we would have seen a flag by now. Wait. Hold up. Was that what I think it is? No, it's an elephant. Yeah, it's an elephant. Okay. Oh, no, it says dirt. That's Turkish. This is Turkey. Got it. Any objections to that? Turkey? Awesome. Love that they don't use stop signs. W. Dick saying, wow, good call. I've been on fire today. I'm Estonia, Uruguay, called Brazil off like the spawn. I'm killing it. I came in well mentally rested. That's what's happened. It's like Ghana, exactly. Thank you, W. Dig. It's like I'm a baseball player. I'm a quarterback who's like been overdoing his arm, and then we've come back from the bye week, and I'm ready. I'm throwing bombs, like 7 touchdown game. Call it a 7 touchdown game when at 9:07 we've done 16. But yeah, killing it. It was the most humble monologue ever. Christopher like saying, have you seen the Dutch YouTuber Ruben Schmidt's series traveling all 7 continents? No, I haven't. What is it? Other than traveling all 7 continents, is it like... How do I phrase this? What's the other... Also, I think this is Chile. No, this is Italy. These are Italian plates. Rome. Like, is it in one trip? Is it like... Does that make sense? What am I trying to say? How are they doing it? Is it like... Yeah, that's how are they doing it? Yep, W. Dig saying Italy, definitely, completely agree. Love it. This is Chile or Peru. Traveled them in 4 months and with no money. How do they do it with no money? Is it one of those Is it one of those, like, I don't know, you have to barter, like you start with something small and you kind of barter your way around the globe things? W. Dig asking thoughts on the American Pope. Well, not a Catholic, so zero skin in the game, but I felt it was... So, for context, also, when the announcement came, I was at a bar with, like, 5 Filipinos who, I guess someone received the news alert and was like, oh my god, they just announced the Pope. And they were trying to see, like, what the nationality was, and I was the one to get it on their phone, and I was like, oh! And I don't care. They all care, because the Philippines is a very Catholic country, at least in that part. And they were like, oh, what country is the new Pope from? And I pulled it up, and I'm like, American Pope, let's go! So I was just super psyched in the moment. It was kind of cool. It was nice to have, like, kind of one win. It's been an interesting time. Yeah, W. Dig saying Taggle from Philippines was a big contender. They were curious if it was their person, so I assume that's who they were talking about. Yeah, okay. Christopher likes saying, yep, it's one of those kind of like barter, trade up from something things. That sounds really cool. I'll try to check that out. Velocidad maximum. I haven't been watching much YouTube recently. I've been, I'll put on something on Netflix on like one of my monitors and they'll edit on the other one. Like when I'm making the maps or drawing pictures for the backstory, I'll do that. I think I'm close to done with the next video, but I've been close to done for so long, and it's just I never find the time in the week. And then, oh, okay, Christopher likes saying the series was inspired by Yes Theory. I feel like they've inspired so much. They've been such an influential channel for people in that kind of space. Just the impact they have made is huge. Love their stuff. But, oh, here we go. Why is that Portuguese? Here we go. Potosi, Sucre. Well, that's Bolivia. So are we in Bolivia? I guess we might be. Makes sense with everything we've seen. I just forgot about Bolivia. Yeah. Debbie Diggs saying I'm thinking Bolivia. But yeah, it's just everything's so busy. It's like I try to find time to focus on editing and then it never happens, and I'll like dedicate a whole Saturday to it, and out of town again this weekend, and then in New York next weekend, and then out of town the next 2 weekends, and it's just like I'm going insane. I genuinely am starting to feel like it's Sisyphus. I keep getting Sisyphus and Pericles mixed up. But this one video feels like Sisyphus's rock. I'm just continuing. I'm editing this video forever. Just a nightmare. The speed limit keeps changing drastically. But hopefully sometime soon. And with me being out of town again next weekend, Tomave. Next week's stream has also been moved to Monday. It wasn't 100% confirmed. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, said I was probably going to have to, but wasn't sure. But got confirmation on that today. And then after these next couple weeks, I'm going to make every effort to not leave the city of New York for like 2 months. Because I'm exhausted. Just so out of it. Let me see. Anything on that van? I think we're okay with Bolivia. So, like, let's say, yeah, Potosi's right in the middle there. Where's Sucre? I don't know where. Oh, yeah, right there. That's such a short distance. It's not like this bus has gone outside of Bolivia. I think we're okay with Bolivia here. Anyone object? No? Keep looking? Yes, Bolivia? No, it's Peru? Going once. Going twice. Christopher likes saying send? Let's send it. Love it. Next round. Where we at? Ooh. Alright, I've got the hiccups now. I thought I was going to yawn a minute ago, and I was able to keep it down, but now I might have the hiccups. I did hiccup. Let's hope I don't keep hiccuping. W Dig saying we need more Baltic content. I don't know. The Baltics are always a hard one. Though I fear there's a chance we might be there right now. I can't... Actually, that looks like a Ukrainian plate. I think we might be in Ukraine. Yep, Ukrainian plate. Easy. Anyone object to Ukraine? We saw them on 2 different cars, so I'm comfortable with that. I can kind of see it on this car as well. I think we're good with Ukraine. Any objections? What's this? This will be in Cyrillic. And it's gone. No, it's over there. Come on. Come on. Yep. Alright. Let's do it. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's easy. This is Greece. Love it. Love it. Love a good Greece round. You just see Greek and you're like, ah, yes. Easy. It's like the free space. Amazing. Oh, Crete. Nice. Okay. For a second, I thought this was tracker coverage. I got really concerned. So it's Southeast Asia. I would say Indonesia or Cambodia. Only reason I'm saying that right now is to prove that I'm on a hot streak. So let's see. We're going to turn the corner and there's going to be an Indonesian flag. And you're all going to be like, wow, Ewan, so smart. I'll be like, yeah. It's what happens when I get a bye week. Just start guessing the crazy spawns. Come on. Indonesian flag. Where is it? Oh, I'm getting less confident after seeing 4 houses that don't have it. Really just such a patriotic country. This is good. Let's go this way. What's going on over here? I think this might actually be Malaysia. Get a good look here. I can't tell what that web address is. So let's... Where's the flag? Someone's got to have it out. Yep. Nope. They're just random. Yeah, they're just random flags. Awesome. Maybe it's solidarity with Ukraine flag. It's Indonesia, Ukraine, Indonesia, Ukraine. Therefore, we are in Indonesia. I think that is a solid logic. Now they've just fully just Indonesian colors here. It's gotta be, right? See, I'm just following the flags now. I'm not going the way that would make sense. I'm just following these. Maybe there's a big Indonesian flag at the end of it. Hold up. Okay, Christopher likes saying Melayani on that sign is Indonesian for sure. Are you 100% on that? I'm happy to go for Indonesia here. If I haven't made that super clear. This is like the least patriotic Indonesian town ever. Sammy Marco's joining in. Since sorry I was at my Monday night function. Do not apologize. You are chilling. Just like how we are currently chilling in Indonesia. Right? Right. Oh. That's not solid. That's me grasping at straws if I go Indonesia at that, right? Oh, man. It's gotta be Indonesia. Joel Freak saying, oh, we are here? Here as in Indonesia, I think. Yes. Sammy Marco saying, I passed my math class too. Congrats. Yeah, now onto the fun part of finding an apartment. Trying to find a place to live. Terrible experience. Joel Freak here is in streaming. Yes, we are. I was on a plane yesterday coming back from the Philippines, so there was no stream. Indonesian. Joel Freak asking, how is your place to live? What? Joel Freak saying UA or PAL? Christopher likes saying Indonesia, send. Let's do it. I've been barking up this tree. Love it. Oh, who did I fly? United. UA. Like, what? Like 5-ish hours to San Francisco. 14.5 to the Philippines. Joel Freak saying it's not like we're ever getting new videos. No, I know. I was just saying like 10 minutes ago that I feel like Sisyphus and his rock with this edit I'm working on. Because I've been working on it forever. But there's what have I recorded at this point? Canada, Argentina, Senegal, Central Asia, which would probably be 2 videos. Now the Philippines. Up 6 videos behind. Sammy Marco asking, how did you survive the 14-hour flight? Going out there was miserable. That was a horrible experience. That was like awful. I was literally on that plane thinking, I don't understand how Joel Freak does this. It's like Joel Freak will mention, oh, I've got this crazy itinerary. I'm just like, absolutely not. Business class, of course. Yeah, no. But Molenstraat, that's Dutch. Right? Yeah, Christopher likes saying Dutch. It wasn't bad on the way back, though. Because, well, I just slept the whole way. Because I mentioned this like an hour or so ago when Drew popped in. But Drew woke me up like a day or two before the flight home. With a poorly timed FaceTime. And I couldn't go back to sleep. So I got like 3 hours of sleep that night. Thank you to Drew. Joel Freak saying Ewan gets the free foot robs, free drinks, and the massages. Dutch plate. Yeah. Yeah, Polaris would be nice, but I can't afford Polaris. I did. Alright, Joel Freak's flexing the United business. Yeah, this has got to be the Netherlands. Let's find one more Dutch plate, just to be sure. I looked into upgrading. I was on my way to Newark. And I was like, man, 14 hours in economy is going to be a stretch. I wonder what it would cost to upgrade to business class. And I go onto the United app and it says upgrade for $300 to premium economy. And I was like, absolutely not. Oh, very good point. WDig, wait, I saw Ghent, which is Belgian. Oh, viapass.be. Yikes. That's in the ground, so we are in Belgium. And this is why we look for confirmation. So this is a Belgian plate here. But, yeah. Joel Freak saying, you know I'm a 1K. I don't even know what that means. I don't fly United enough to know what that means. Joel Freak saying, if you would have asked, I probably could have upgraded you for free. Ah, thank you. I could never ask you for that, though. It's too much. I have to suck it up. I have to earn Polaris. Polaris? I have to earn it. But I was trying to edit in the lounge in Manila, and it was genuinely the worst Wi-Fi I've ever been on, because I was trying to sync, because the video that I'm working on right now is at 52 minutes in length, and it's going to get longer. I don't want to use the same music track for the whole thing, so I'm trying to find other audio tracks that work. So I was on the YouTube creator music trying to go through it, but I'd lose connection every 25 seconds and have to reconnect. So it was like quick. It was like boom, boom, boom. It was just horrible. But Belgium. Joel Freak saying Ewan is a masochist. He must suffer to get enjoyment later. You don't enjoy the payoff without suffering first. It's not the first time yeah. Not the first time someone has suggested that in the past few weeks. But let's go Belgium. That makes no sense. I'm sorry, that makes no... Hold on. Yeah, W. Dig saying, did we walk into Belgium? I think we walked into Belgium. So... we would have had to go this way. I can't. So, yeah, okay, we went this way. We turned here. Right? We came down here. Right? Yeah, Mullenstraat. Yep, we were here. And then... Yep, this is the border. We crossed into Belgium. This right here is... This is the border. We walked into Belgium. You know what? That was bound to happen at some point. That is... so funny. Where is the sign? There should at least be a sign that says welcome to Belgium. That is so unbelievably... Like, we can't even be mad about this. We walked into Belgium. Oh, that's so funny. This is not... There's supposed to be like that little blue sign that's like hold on. Somewhere where I know it exists. Yeah. It's supposed to be a little blue sign that says Belgique on it. That is so unbelievably funny. All right, well. Yeah, Christopher likes saying it's like that house that's in both countries. The thing is with that house is they mark it. They mark that border. I know what you're talking about. This town, where the... Yeah, here we go. This is a building that's cut in two. They mark it. It's marked. Like... like right here. I guess they don't mark it right here. But yeah, Sammy Marco's saying I think the signs are only at major crossings. I guess so. That's, yeah, just walked into Belgium. Alright, so something to be aware of in the future is that we can do that without realizing it. Look at this. How do they administer this? Why? Literally, I know it was part of a treaty, but just fix it. That makes no sense. Fix that. WDig asking, can we do the capitals round? Yeah, I was going to suggest that. This is infuriating. Why not just fix the treaty? Like, do you think Belgium is actually getting the plants that are specifically grown in this little bit? I can't. I just can't. Why that's Benelux. Didn't get a single one in the US. And out of 85. Yeah, literally, Sammy Marco, border gore. WDig saying it's so impractical like that, you know. Oh, wait. Sammy Marco, I got an alert on my phone yesterday. I had just landed in Newark. I was walking around and I see it pop up on the YouTube app. It's Sammy Marco posted all the Washington metro stations, part 1. Did you really do all the DC metro stations? I saw that. I was going to put it in the Discord, but I was like, after 24 or 5 hours of travel, I was just not mentally present. So let's find the World Capitals one. Ooh, okay, Sammy Marco saying, indeed I did, part 2 is uploaded too. Okay, we'll check that out. Oh. Wait, this is the challenge map. That's an accident. Who has the map? I feel like it's gotten buried. Is this it? Yep, got it. Cool. Ooh. Kind of want to do no move, but it's too much. Alright, so our previous... Oh boy. So I think previously we got up to 21,000. Also, Madagascar. So... where in Madagascar are we? Or where in Antananarivo? I've never had to say that out loud. I realize I don't know how to say it. Where in this city are we? Okay, we don't have a lot of room to move. We have the Institute... Yeah, I can't read that. Center of Resources and of the Arts. So there's an art gallery here. I think we can get this or get fairly close to it. We just need a proper landmark. Oh, that's nauseating. Okay, so we're looking most of the cities to our north. So maybe we're here-ish. Catholic University of Madagascar. Is that what that said, maybe? Hold up. Oh, no. Institute Confucius. We probably find that, right? I may have spoken too soon. Yeah, I don't know. Really don't know what Madagascar looks like. Other than it being crazy hilly in the city, as Sammy Marco was saying. So what's this here? This is probably still the Confucius School. The pictures aren't exactly good enough to give an idea of what Madagascar is like. Okay, cool, we're out of coverage. So let's go this way. And are we out of coverage again that quickly? No, we're just going over here. And this way. What is going on? Is this still the... This feels like a university. Yeah, school, superior, polytechnic of the place. So we're in kind of like a school area. Higher Institute Polytechnic. I mean... I'm fine to... yeah, whatever. I'm fine to go with that. What do you all think? Higher Institute Polytechnic. Okay, Antananarivo. Antananarivo. Thank you, Sammy Marco. Antananarivo. Because superior could easily translate for higher. So Higher Institute Polytechnic. Or this is school rather than institute, but regardless, I think we do it. Alright, let's go. Yeah! That's really good. That is, I am very happy with that score. Sick. Okay. I guess we're kind of chilling here. Sudan, Khartoum, Sudan National Museum. Are we on Gamma? Oh, well, I guess which direction is it from us? It's south. So, we're here on Nile Street. Anyone object to that? Yeah, exactly, Christopher. Like, this one was... It's a nice, easy one. Sammy Marco saying, I met someone from Sudan and asked if they're from Khartoum, and they were surprised. Yeah, I feel like people usually, like I've noticed, I don't know if you all have noticed this, but when you meet people from somewhat more obscure countries, when you mention, like one or two facts about it, they're like, that's crazy. Even when I meet like Brazilians and I know the state that they're from, they're like, oh, it's crazy, how do you know that? And it's like, I don't know, just do. Khartoum would be an interesting place to visit. Not that I would, but it'd be interesting. Okay, Cyrillic, EU wait. What do we think that's? We can just play fair, actually. Wait. That's not Sherlock there. I think this might be Serbia? Sammy Marco saying you flew into Newark. Glad you didn't crash. Yeah, thanks. That was fun seeing that today. The whole, what was it? Air traffic control lost contact 7 different times over the past week with planes that were on approach. That was awesome to see. I was already here once I saw it, though. But I didn't even know about the delays. I took a picture of it because I was sitting at the airport bar having dinner. Or was it dinner? Yeah, dinner. When I was leaving for the Philippines, and it comes up on CNN. You know, they play the news at the airport. It comes up on CNN, national news. It's like, horrible delays at Newark Airport. Planes delayed forever. And I'm just sitting there like, oh. Uh-oh. And then eventually the airline texts me and they're like, yeah, there's delays, but we should be fine. I think we were only delayed like 20 minutes. So, Scola. We've seen that before. I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, it's within this box. I can say that confidently. But yeah, Newark's a place. It was ridiculously far too. It took like hour and 10 minutes to get home. Traffic was just insane yesterday. Sammy Marco asking, did you take New Jersey Transit home or an Uber? So I took, on the way there, I took the subway to Port Authority and took the Newark Airport Express bus. It stops at Grand Central, somewhere else, I think, in Port Authority, and then straight shot to Newark Airport. That was like $25. Totally worth it. But when I got off the plane, after, flying from Manila to San Francisco to Newark, the thought of getting on that bus and then taking it to Port Authority, getting on the subway, taking that home, and then walking from the subway home, I was just like, you know what, for fun, let me check Uber prices. And it was a number that I felt was fairly reasonable. So I was like, yep, we're doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'm so done. I don't care. Yeah, W. Dick saying it chilled down my spine just thinking about it. Exactly. It was horrible. It was an hour and 10 minutes in a car. Doing finding the bus, waiting for the bus to come. Because I think it's, I don't know what the frequency is. I think it might be every 35 minutes or so. So, at most, 35-minute wait for the bus. At best, no wait. But really, it's not going to be no wait. Also, how do we get out of here? I feel like we're trapped. But just the thought of that was stressing me out. Of waiting for the bus, finding the bus, hoping there's room on the bus, because the international terminal is one of the... No. It's not the first terminal it goes to, and people are still getting on and off, and it's a nightmare, and hoping that it's not full, and having to wait for the next one, and doing that whole thing, and getting on the subway with my suitcase. I never bring a suitcase, but I had to bring a suitcase for this trip. And just doing all that, I was like, no. I told myself, I opened up Uber and I said, if it's under 3 figures, I will do it. And it was. And it was an amazing decision. Because I was struggling to stay awake in the Uber. And I knew I would have had a horrible time otherwise. Oh, okay. Where are we? Yeah, Sammy Marco saying Uber after all that is totally fair. Exactly. That's how I justified it. It was, at that point, it was genuinely, yeah, it was 24 hours of travel at that point. That was the 24-hour mark. So I was done. And actually, if you count from when I left my hotel in Manila, it's 25 and a half hour mark. Yeah, exactly, Sammy Marco. People flying from like Chicago can take transit. Exactly. If I were on a domestic flight, I would not have been able to justify that to myself. Manila? Yes. That was basically the moon. WD Singh Zagreb, maybe? Yeah, exactly. Never mind this Cyrillic. Wouldn't make sense. I do genuinely think this is Belgrade. Belgrade. We can get a country code here. www. I really can't tell. Oh well. Figure it out. Nope. Yeah, that was just the Zona 3 max 180 minute. Guy next to me on the flight out there had he was showing me at this portable Wi-Fi hotspot. He keeps it on him. He's permanently connected to Wi-Fi. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I showed him the eSIM that I had, and definitely interested in the portable Wi-Fi hotspot because it's probably significantly more reliable than the eSIM. Because as I put in the Discord earlier, I thought I did send the reminder, because I always send a little message when there's no stream, just to say like, hey, reminder, no stream, Belgrade Fortress, we're in Serbia. Okay. So let's remember that we've moved from where we initially were. So where's Belgrade Fortress? And the zoo. Okay, we seem to be at the zoo. So where's the zoo? What was I? Oh yeah, because I wrote the whole thing about, no stream today. Stream is tomorrow because I'm traveling. And then it didn't send, which was awesome. It showed up as having sent on my phone. It literally, it changed color. It's just like, yep, sent. And it didn't send. Did we go over a bridge at any point? So I feel like we did. I feel like we might have started over here. Did we? I'm finally starting to crash. But with it being 10 minutes to the end, I think that is not bad. Especially given the state I was in after coming back from Central Asia. This is literally, easier than that was. Let's... It's gonna be near enough the outskirts, but also... I think out here. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a good guess. All right. Awesome. Okay. I have no idea. This is like really couldn't have given us anything easier here, Christopher. Like, could you? Sammy Marcus saying you got to chill with the trips around the globe, save some for the rest of us. I fully agree. I'm done for a bit. I got out of town this coming weekend, then in New York, out of town the next 2, and then I'm never leaving the city ever again. Or at least for the next 2 months. Because I'm exhausted. Rory Shea saying, lol. It's true. I paying Manhattan rent and I'm not here. So I'm throwing in the towel for the summer. I'm spending summer in New York. Where is this? It's gonna be so many places. Where? Like, even just trying to. I don't know what that is. I feel like random guess, Mali. What if this is Bamako? Or maybe it's Ouagadougou or Niamey. I think we're in like West Africa. I think we're in one of these 3. My bad. That's where I'm thinking right now. Anyone else have any thoughts? Yeah, Sammy Marcos saying forget Brat summer. It's going to be an NYC summer. It's going to be an NYC summer. I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to edit. I'm going to hide from the sun because I burn too easily. And I'm just going to edit. I don't like the heat. I left Florida voluntarily. I might move to Quebec for the summer. Who knows? Just to get further away from the heat. Or New Zealand, where it'll be winter. Yeah, Sammy Marcos saying those make sense. We could hedge our bets. And Ouagadougou's in the south, right? Where's Ouagadougou? Where is it? There's Ouagadougou. Oh no, it could be Ouagadougou. Alright. I'm executive decisioning Niamey. How do we feel about that? Christopher likes saying video idea DC on the 4th of July. Interesting. I don't think that will work. But we'll see. We'll see. My plan for the summer is to not leave here. And me not leaving here means that videos come out. So, and yeah, I did get some really cool footage in the Philippines. I think, alright, we're doing it. Absolute genius. As I said, I'm on fire today. I got it within 1,000 yards. Can we talk about looked at that and got it within 1,000 yards. That is insane. Oh, that is too funny. Rory Shea saying hacks. That is too funny. Oh, man. What a guess. What a crazy guess. Okay. Sammy Marco's saying I need to visit NYC before I go to Blacksburg. Be so down to meet. Definitely let me know if you're ever in the city. Meme. I can't even focus on this round now after that last one. That was so big brain. That in my head stands out as an all-time. It's like Namibia a couple weeks ago. That one was great. That was just too funny. But where are we now? BSP. So, as long as we get more than like 1,500 on this one, we will get our highest score so far on this map. New Island, Co-Limited. So, we're in the Caribbean, aren't we? It's British English. We're on the left side. This is a flag. That's a Jamaican flag. Oh, no way. Absolutely no way. Right? Okay, you all saw that, right? Yes, Jamaican flag. There's the black, there's the yellow, there's the green. We good? Alright, I'm zooming in on Kingston. Where could this maybe be? Christopher like saying no. Is it Guyana? Is this Georgetown? And I can't click on it to see the flag. I think this is Georgetown. Sammy Marco saying Marshall Islands. Marshall Islands wouldn't be left-hand drive, though. Because that's U.S. Island clothing. That doesn't make sense. NP Plaza. Team Solomon. Is it the Solomon Islands? I have to look around the whole Pacific. No. Solomon Islands. Honiara. I guess this. Yeah, we just saw it in Ann's Bank, didn't we? So I'm just gonna place it there for a second. So does that say Solomon Matters? We are at time, but I'm gonna figure this out. Streamline your blah 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 blah. Hold up. Nope, no idea what those flags are. Okay, I think this is correct. Breakwater. Central Police Station. Is there a Central Police Station? Let's look. We didn't go by any major things. Like we didn't go by any ministries. Okay, I think we do it. It's not there. It just isn't there. Didn't we go by the MPF Plaza? Yeah, Island Deals. Let's go here. That was an accident. That was kind of crazy. Alright, that was kind of an insane round. It was kind of ridiculous. I feel like we should not have done that well. See, we dropped 26 points of a possible 25,000. That is insane. We absolutely killed this. Yep. Just near the universities. Yep, Menuet saying nice guest. Thank you, Menuet. Menuet saying good night, everyone. Have a good week. Good night, Menuet. I will be out of town next weekend, as I said. The out of towns hopefully end soon. But this is a very good reason to be out of town. So next week's will be on Monday again. Again, the Discord calendar is completely up to date. Yeah, Cartrum. That one was lucky. What was 3? This was the furthest off, and yet one that we very much could have gotten closer on. And then this, there's no world where we get any closer. This was the best possible outcome. But yeah, that's crazy. All right, new high score. Absolutely love it. So, with that, thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next Monday. So yeah, 7 days from today. So have a great night, everybody, and I will